You are now listening to Tuff Tiger Talk. Flash Report.
You're now rocking with Tuff Tiger Talk on the PRO Media Network. Big up to all of our Tuff Tiger Talk family members tuning into this episode of Tuff Tiger Talk. A quick flash report, breakdown, recap show. Of course, we'll come back later in the week and have a preview of the upcoming matchups coming up next week and more Tiger news throughout the week. Big ups to the Tuff Tiger Nation as we are recapping this thing as LSU victorious this past Saturday, taking down the Arkansas Razorbacks 27-24. They looked a lot better in this matchup. They had some gumption, old school word right there, as they were able to defeat the Razorbacks, man, and take them down. Big scoring, big playing, period. TJ Finley stepped up and had a monstrous game, 27-42 for 271, 6.5 on the throw. He had 2 touchdowns and a QBR of 81.2. The Tigers also got the running game on par in this matchup as Tyron Davis-Price, 24 carries, 104 yards in the score, 4.3 on the average per rush. Terrace Marshall got back to where he belonged on the season, 7 catches for 57 yards, 5 catches for Eric Gilbert for 55 yards. Racy McMath, 3 catches for 48 yards in the score. Jaire Jenkins, 3 catches for 43 yards in the score. Keyshawn Booty, 3 catches for 31 yards in the matchup as well. So big ups to the Tigers. Our wide receiver core has really stepped up in this. It wasn't a perfect game, but I can give LSU credit for fighting in this game. Top tacklers for LSU, Cardale Flott, he had 5 tackles in the matchup. Andre Anthony showed up big with a couple of sacks in this matchup as well. It showed big time. Also, Mika Bakersfield and Jabril Cox also threw on some great tackles as well in this matchup as the Tigers were able to take care of business, man, against Arkansas, dropping them to 3-5 as LSU climbs back to 500 with 3-3 in the matchup. So LSU showed up big time. TJ Finley showed up big time as well in this one as they were able to have some fight in this game. They went up to Arkansas. It was a tough matchup, and a young team like LSU with a true freshman at the helm were able to get a gutty win. And that's what we asked for now, is respectable wins right now in this matchup. So let's hear what Coach O had to say about the Tigers after this from his Coach O.
All right, tremendous win for our football team. Give the players credit. Beginning of the week, we had some phenomenal practices, great leadership. Give coaches the credit. Our coaches did a tremendous job of coaching these guys the whole week. We came on the road. I think that this is a different Arkansas team under Sam Pittman. A very well-coached football team, very well-disciplined football team. They had athletes both sides. It came down to making the play at the end, and we did. I think the biggest thing, as you guys already know, is the time of possession. 41 minutes we had the football, and that allowed us to keep our defense fresh. I thought Zach Van Rosenberg had a tremendous game, pinning them deep. There was 0 of 10 on third down, was a phenomenal job. And then we made the big plays at the end. I thought TJ did a good job. You know, some things he got to get better. I thought Tyron Davis gave us a spark in the run game. He was physical, did the things that he needed to do. Overall, just happy for the football team. We needed this one.
Ed, they showed you on the sideline watching that field goal. What were you going through in that moment and after that?
Block it. Just block it, man. Wait, block it or miss it. We needed a break, and these guys fought hard, and we finally got us a break. And this is a big win for our football team.
And then how did you talk to your defense after this? How do you think they did and recovered through all that happened?
You know, I thought they did phenomenal. I think Bo Pelini did a great job. Now, we gave up some deep balls, but you know what? We lost our 2 starting cornerbacks. The next guy stood up. Obviously, you know, we got to play better one-on-one coverage, can't let the ball deep, but I thought we stopped the run. Felipe made a big play on that third down. Other than that, I thought our D-line rushed him very well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys go down 24-20. Your corners are hurt. I mean, that could have gotten away from you. I guess, what did you see on the sideline from your team, from TJ, all those guys?
Grit, will to win. We got this, Coach. Everybody stuck together. Everybody stayed in the game the whole time. Coaches were stuck together. You can just feel that all week. And hopefully that's the way things are going to be from now on. We can build on it.
And if you don't mind, could you any update on Derek Stingley's stats?
Not yet. I don't know yet. You know, I talked to Jack, and he couldn't go back in the game. We'll find out.
Thank you.
And TJ Finley there. I mean, it seemed like maybe, like you said, some things he needs to work on, but what sort of poise did he show you in those like clutch situations, like on third down? Obviously, that touchdown at the end. What made him successful in those moments?
He's got ice in his veins, and he's got a lot of confidence, and he practices that way. He's got a strong arm. He's got a big body. He's confident. He can handle the rush. He can scramble. There's some things that when the play is going fast, that he has to key and diagnose a little bit better. But overall, I thought he showed it that he can win a big game at the end.
TJ Finley has ice water in his veins, say Coach O. Big win indeed for the young freshman. 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in this matchup. Outplayed a more experienced Felipe Franks, who had 17 of 26 for 339, 1 touchdown in the pick in the matchup. LSU did a pretty damn good job up against their rushing attack, and they able to give TJ balance along with TD Price, as we want to call him. So Terrace Marshall threw in a good performance against their guy as well. And then looking at the team statistics before we depart, Tigers 24 first downs versus the Razorbacks 14. They had a third down efficient of 12 of 23. Razorbacks 0 for 10 on third down. I thought that was big. Tigers were 2 of 2 on fourth as well. Total yards 419 versus 443 advantage. Razorbacks passing game 271 versus 339 advantage. Arkansas. If you look at the rushing attack, LSU 148 versus 104. 49 rush attempts in the game that helped LSU to ultimately just control the time of possession, which was monstrous. They had 9 penalties in this thing for 70 yards, 1 turnover apiece. But the reality is the time of possession, LSU 41 minutes and 43 seconds versus Arkansas's 18 minutes and 17 seconds. It was gashing plays that kept Arkansas in this thing, but the time of possession was doable. So this is a young team, and they found a way to beat a scrappy foe, despite the fact that the Razorbacks was sub 500. So was LSU, but they were able to get a respectable win against Arkansas. They climbed back to 500. The season goes on, and that's pretty much what we can ask for the rest of the season. It's respectable winning out. Winning out for the rest of the season is all we kind of ask for as LSU's fourth in the SEC in the West. They're now 3-3, and their next opponent is the Texas A&M Aggies. That's the next matchup next weekend, 6 p.m. on ESPN. So the number 5th ranked Texas A&M Aggies, the Texas A&M Aggies, or the next foe for the LSU Tigers. So we'll look at that. That's a big game right there. Right now, they're currently ranked 5th in the nation, and we got a young squad. Hopefully, we can have it ready for that one. So we'll have a preview of that matchup with Texas A&M coming up on our next show. Uncle Mozzie will join us. I'm Big Q chiming in with Tuff Tiger Talk. If you're an LSU diehard fan, subscribe now to Tuff Tiger Talk today and be in on all the latest LSU news, updates, and rumors. Go Tigers.
Subscribe to the Tuff Tiger Talk channel and stay up to date for all things LSU football.